walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We are here for the 5th round of the GT3 Sprint Cup. We're on a Saturday night here on the PlayStation 4 and 5 on Assetto Corsa Competizione. We've got 13 drivers out on the track here for this one. We're here at the Temple of Speed Autodromo Nazionale di Monza for what I'm sure is going to be probably the most exciting race of this season so far, being that Monza generally does throw up some of the most exciting races. It's a very slipstream orientated circuit. High speed is going to be definitely on the menu for tonight, and it's going to be all about getting good runs out of those slow speed chicanes. Traction is key to this circuit, so I'm sure that cars like the Bentley and the Merc are going to be strong around here. The Lexus as well. This is where the Lexus is really going to come into its own. Ferrari's solid as well. The Porsche, I'm not so much. I can't imagine it's going to be the best around here, but we'll have to see how the drivers get on. Nonetheless, it's more about the driver than the car for sure. Emo guy driving in the Audi, the number 667 this week. Interesting. He's no longer Satan. He's now Satan's right hand man. But anyway. Everybody out on the track barring Ajani and Raki. Raki is the Angel's right hand man, the 213, Emo guy the 667, the Devil's right hand man. So a bit of a conflict going on right there. But anyway, so here we are then, 5th round of the season. Let me just have a look and see if the championship standings have been done lately. Let's have a look and see. They might not be up to date at the moment. I don't know. I know Freeman's a busy man. He has a lot on his plate. So let's just have a little look. Because I know that he does the GT4 standings. He's the GT4 wheel coordinator, and he also does the GT3 standings. Told me, look, I'm more than happy to do the standings, so I took a back seat on that one, and he is the man for that. So I'm just going to check now. Sprint GT3 standings. Oh, they're updated on the 10th of February. This looks very promising. In fact, yes, they are. They are up to date. Freeman, you are a legend, son. Right, let me just get this up on the screen so that we look like we're intelligent. Oh no, we've got this problem with paint. It always happens every time. Every time I load up paint, there's always a problem, and there's a way around this, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, I don't want a white screen to pop up on the screen. Oh, it looks so drab and so dirty and so bleh. Oh, I'm trying to think how to do this. I'm trying to think. I just can't think how to do it. Oh, every time maybe we could try it. I'll tell you what, we could try it on Pixlr. Go on, let's try it on Pixlr. Print screen. But yeah, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to the stream. Hopefully you guys just tuning in on too befuddled by my just confused tones here, as I'm just trying to work out how to get the championship standings on the screen so we can all see. There is a certain driver on there who isn't actually part of the championship. That would be Andy C, as he's not actually racing in this league. He commentates, in fact. He's the one talking right now. So he's on the list because he raced last week at Paul Ricard, because we didn't really have the numbers that we were hoping for last time out, so we did end up I ended up racing in that one, but anyway, we were just, oh no, oh, I don't know if this is going to look any good. This is going to look awful, I know. Oh no, oh no, oh god, this is going to look so tatty. No, I don't know how to do this. I should have done this before we started the stream. The problem is that if when I open up paint to do a quick crop and then get it all up, it will just, oh, for God's sake. I really want to show up the championship standings on the screen. Let me read them out anyway. So we got, so there's Crew Kip leading the championship on 423 points. He's actually got quite a big gap as this man in the number 16 Bentley. He's got a 97 point gap over Cheese Monkey, who sits in second on 326 points. You got Surprise Me sat in 3rd place in the standings on 325. He's currently 7th at the moment in this qualifying session. You got Marty Road Racing in 4th in the standings on 200 188 points, 135 adrift of the championship leader Cricket. He's not here this week, unfortunately. Marty Road Racing, he's not able to make it as he's not feeling the best. He's feeling a little bit under the weather, so that's obviously a massive shame there. Also, Cheese Monkey second in the championship isn't here either, so those two high flyers will be missing a round this time out. Gradeo sat in 5th in the standings on 239 points, 184 points adrift of the leader. Then you got Ryan Ruby in 6th on 237 points, followed by Slow Wolf in 7th on 177. DDTKU sits in 8th place in the standings on 164 points, followed by Yellow Army in 9th place in the standings on 144 points. Then you got Ajani in P10 in the championship. He sits on 139 points. Ajani is currently sat in 8th place alone in this session. Then you got Lightblade in 11th, 105 points. He's not here tonight. His pedals aren't working, so he's, I think, hopefully waiting for a replacement rig, and we should, fingers crossed, see Lightblade out on the track pretty soon, but we're not exactly sure when at this particular point in time. Spuzz sits in 12th in the standings, having only raced the first race of the season. Then you got John Jig in 13th on 74 points, Raki in 14th on 63, followed by SOP and Elio on 50 points, pardon me, in 15th place. Evan IRL sits in 16th on 34 points, followed by Neps Jag in 17th on 29 points. Then you got Andy CWFC, he's not very good at this game, he sits in 18th place on 26 points. Awesome Gumball in 19th on 23 points, and you got Gelram in 20th place on 23 points, and SMT Zaloba and a funny looking guy still yet to get off the mark for this season. So are they going to do it tonight? We'll have to wait and see. They're both in here, and the order looks pretty tightly packed at the moment, I've got to say. There's about, well, less than a second separating the top 8, so it's very, very tight here in this qualifying session. We've got 3 minutes left to go here until the end of the session. It's currently SOP Nelio setting the pace by just under 3/10 ahead of a funny looking guy. So actually, considering it's Monza, I have to say 3/10 is actually quite a big margin, really. There's not really a whole lot of places on the track where you can gain time. It's really just about chicanes and straights. So, I mean, it sounds a little bit, sounds quite shallow, really. It's not all chicanes and straights. You've got these double right-handers, the Lesmos. Oh, we see somebody's lost it there. That would surprise me there. Who just lost it? No, it wasn't. It was SMT Zaloba, should I say? But yeah, it's not really a track where you can, there's not really much to gain. And we see Raki's closed the gap to just over 1/10 of a second between himself and SOP Nelio, so the gap's coming down at the top of the leaderboard, but SOP Nelio still sat on provisional pole at this time. We've got a couple of comments coming in. So we've got Hasep saying some spam message. We've got TV error. Says, hey, what's the password? Let me get on Discord now, mate. I'll sort that out. The private stream's not on full HD. Let me just sort that out. So then the picture should improve drastically in a moment's time. Here we go. My private stream is actually 7 seconds behind, so you'll be seeing that before I go. But anyway, we got TV error saying it was by accident that he left the server. JR says it's blurred at the moment, the stream. Hopefully it's all sorted now. Seb, they're saying that the pre-stream looked good. Yep, we got that sorted out. I hope, fingers crossed, that's no longer a problem. So yeah, you should be able to see a nice crisp looking stream live here on the Motive Racing YouTube channel tonight. TV error, let's just shoot him password. It is that. Obviously I'm not going to say that out loud, because then any Tom, Dick and Harry could be jumping into the server, and who knows, there's lots of pests on PlayStation, just people who are supposed to be in, authoritative positions in life, who just seem to abuse their authority and do all sorts of silly stuff. So unfortunately you can't really trust anybody on planet Earth, especially in the UK, but hey, it is what it is. But TV error nonetheless should be getting his way into the lobby now, so that's obviously fantastic news there for him. But 30 seconds left to go in this session. Crewkip's dipped into the 148s here, so he's actually moved himself ahead of SOP Nelio up into the top of the order there, 2/10 clear of SOP Nelio. You got Raki in third, 3/10 adrift, and you got a funny looking guy in fourth, followed by Ryan. who's currently sat in the pits. Well, he's not going to improve in there. Surprised me, sat in 6th, also in the pits. The Yellow Army in 7th. Having said that, it's the end of the session, so it's not going to be too much of a problem that they're sat in the pits, as there's not going to be too much room to improve at this point anyway. They seem to have maximised it and turned it around and got the best out of their cars there, so no need to no need to come out and try and improve. So that is that then, I think, for the session. I think that's going to be pretty much the end of it. SMT Zaloba still out there, as is Ajani, as is Didi. Johnny's just coming up towards the Ascari chicane here, but I think this is his final lap of the session here, as we see. Oh, SOP Nelio's got even quicker. SOP Nelio was still out there. He's gone P1, so he goes 3/10 clear of Crew Kit. That's quite a big margin actually at the top of the leaderboard there. So a lovely lap from SOP Nelio. A funny looking guy stood out there at the moment on a lap time. SMT Zaloba's coming through Lesmo 1. You've got Ajani just coming out of Ascari down towards the Parabolica. You've also got DDTKU coming out of the De La Roja chicane in towards Lesmo 1 now. So we're going to look out for Johnny here. He's coming out of the Parabolica. He's on his final run of the session. Can he get himself into the top 10 maybe? He's not too far off of SMT Zaloba. He's only about a couple of tenths off. Now he's into the pits. So Johnny's not going to improve here at the end of this session. SMT Zaloba coming through the Ascari chicane. You've got a funny looking guy not too far behind him on the track, and DDTKU will be the last driver over the line here. But SMT Zaloba coming down towards Parabolica here for the final time here in this qualifying session. What can he do here? Can he get himself a little bit further up the order? Can he get himself in the thick of it? He's only got 3/10 to 4th place. It's so tight between 3rd and 10th places. Only 4/10 separating 3rd down to P10 here. And as you see, SMT Zaloba out onto the start finish straight now. What can he do? Can he find a little bit of time here? He comes over the line. He does. Look at that. SMT Zaloba gains 7 places there on his final run of the session, up into 3rd place. A funny looking guy has pitted, so he's certainly not going to improve in there. But we see Didi coming over the line, and he stays in P13 there. So that looks like it's going to be that then for the session. 15 cars in this qualifying, and it's going to be SOP Nelio starting this one on pole. Got a message from Raki. Got a text on the Discord saying thanks. First race for sure, second might. Okay, well, it'd be good to have Raki in for both races, but if not, then we've got him for one of them. So that's at least a bonus. But there we are then, ladies and gentlemen. That was the qualifying session done and dusted here at Motive for the GT3 Sprint Cup here on a Saturday evening. SOP Nelio doing a great lap there at the end of the session, going 3/10 clear of Crew Kit. Oh my goodness me, don't do that. Yeah, we got SMT Zaloba in 3rd, ahead of Raki in 4th, followed by a funny looking guy in 5th place. Ryan Ruby 6th, surprised me, will line up in 7th place with Yellow Army in 8th, So Wolf in 9th place, Quideo in P10, rounding out the top 10. You got Emo Guy in 11th, Johnny 12th, followed by DDTKU in 13th place, Emo Guy 14th. You know, there's 2 Emo Guys. Oh my goodness, there's a treble 6 emo guy and there's a 667 emo guy, so oh dear, I think we're in for a double dosing tonight. We got that just sounded really wrong, didn't it? Thomas Vieira though lining up at the back in P15, that will P14 because there's 2 emo guys. There will not be 2 emo guys by the time we get to the race. I hope not. But anyway, I think we're going to be going to the race any time now. The first race of the evening here for the GT3 Sprint Cup here at Motive. Big thank you to everybody watching live here on the stream at the moment. Crewkip says good luck everyone. Raki says good evening all. Good evening Raki. Raki racing tonight he'll be starting in 4th place for this first race, so that's going to be a decent position for him once we get off the line. He's in he's relatively poised here at the beginning of this race to do some damage from there. Crewkip says he's disconnected. Hopefully he can get himself back in. He might have to start from the back though. Hopefully he will be able to join before the start of the race. As we're not actually at the end of the qualifying session yet, so hopefully once we sort of forward to the, you know what I mean, hopefully once we forward to the pre-race waiting screen, hopefully at that point we'll be able to get underway. But here we are, 13 drivers in the lobby. Let me just just message him now saying try now. Hopefully Crewkip can get himself back in, but 2 minutes to go until the start of the formation lap, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to just quickly go to the menu screen whilst we get up the championship standings, so we'll be back in a moment. Here we are then, guys, welcome back to the channel. Here we're getting ready for the formation lap for the GT3 Sprint Cup here at Motive on a Saturday night, round 5 of the season here at Monza. This is going to be race 9 of the full season. It's going to be a 24 race season altogether, 12 rounds, 2 races per round. And here are the championship standings currently coming into this round. So we've got Crew Kip leading the way on 423 points, 97 clear of Cheese Monkey in second on 326. We've got Surprise Me in third, 325 points, followed by Marty on 4th place on 288. Then we've got Cordeo sat 5th in the championship on 239 points, followed by Ryan Ruby on 237 in P6. Slow Wolf sits 7th on 177 points, followed by DDTKU on 164 points in 8th place. Then we've got Yellow Army on 144 points in 9th place in the standings, followed by Johnny. Oh, that was a sneeze. In P10 on 139 points. Lightblade, I'm really sorry to anybody who had to put up with that. Well, my mic is quite close to my mouth, so that probably was quite deafening there. Lightblade on 105 points in 11th place, followed by Spuzz in 12th on 75. John G in 13th on 74 points. We've got Raki on 63 points in 14th place. Managed to do a couple of races so far this season. Doesn't know if he's able to do both of the races tonight. He might not be able to. He might only be able to make just the one here for tonight. We'll have to wait and see. SOP Nelio on 50 points in P15 in the standings, followed by Evan in 16th on 34 points. Nepscheg in 17th on 29 points, followed by some guy called Andy C on 26 points in 18th place. Awesome Gumball on 23 points in 19th place, followed by Joram, who sits on 23 points in 23 points in 20th place. SMT Zaloba and a funny looking guy rounding out the championship standings here. So here we are then, coming into Ascari. The drivers just getting ready to go green for the first race of the evening. This is going to be frantic, it's going to be chaotic. Monza, as we know, is famed for its high speed and tricky chicanes. Traction always key, and the straight line speed is always going to be your main sort of godsend around this circuit. SOP Nelio lining up on the front in the number 21 Ferrari. We'll have SMT Zaloba absolutely chomping at the bit here to try and get ahead of him. Raki, I think, should actually be in. Now hold on, have they all moved up in position here? Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, of course, Crew Kip. Yeah, no, Crew Kip disconnected, so they all move up position. That's why. Yeah, but yeah, Crew Kip lining up at the back here for this one. P14 on the grid as we're now coming into the Parabolica here, about to go racing for the first race of the evening. A big thank you to everybody watching live on YouTube at the moment, guys. If you like what you see, please drop a like on the video. If you are one of the drivers from this race watching this back, then please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this with your friends, share it with your family or otherwise associates, as we've got Ian in the comments saying, yeah, I opted for a different ride for tonight, obviously in the Audi, the number 667. We've got Ryan saying he's duplicating and Seb says bless you. But here we are anyway, coming up towards the line, about to go racing here for the first race of the evening, and it is green. We're racing, and now you see the green flag waving, and the cars are absolutely flat out down towards the turn 1 here. We got 3 wide almost in the background, as we can see SMT Zaloba, Raki, and a funny looking guy looking very close, but SMT Zaloba is going to be trying to hold on this outside line here, as we've now got a funny looking guy down the inside. Oh no, there's carnage, number 59, that was surprised me there, going off at the first corner, uses the runoff area, and Yellow Army's also come together with him as well. And who was that also getting tangled up? I think, oh, was it Sapinello? Sapinello, I think, ended up having to cut the chicane there, the first chicane, but nonetheless it's SMT Zaloba leading the race at the moment, ahead of Nelio in second place. Surprised me, getting away relatively scot-free with that one in third place, managed to cut the chicane and didn't lose too much. Raki there is just being passed there by a funny looking guy, so a funny looking guy up into fifth place. You got Ryan Ruby there in seventh, followed by Thomas Vieira, who's made a very quick start to this race, up into 8th place. Cordero there in 9th, ahead of Slow Wolf. You got a Johnny Didi TKU, Ian in 13th, and Crew Kip at the back in P14, although he's made up a position there by the looks of it. So he's actually got ahead of I think that must be surprised me. So surprised me did end up losing a few positions. No, it's not. It's Emo Guy. That's Emo Guy at the back there. So Emo Guy's had a nightmare. How did I get an Audi mixed up with an Aston Martin? I will never know. Only I could do that. But SMT Zaloba nonetheless out in front, and he's already pulling away a little bit here in that Bentley. He's got a second and a half of a gap here to over Nelio. You've got Surprise Me here in third place, ahead of a funny looking guy. There's Raki in fifth. He's got Thomas Vieira and Ryan Ruby for company as they're coming out of Ascari. We can see here Ryan in that draft. He's going to have that slipstream coming down towards the Parabolica. Is he going to be able to get this move done here on Thomas Vieira? Vieira's going to try and cover that inside line, is he? As Ryan's going to try and get this one done around the outside, but Thomas Vieira moving around a little bit in the braking zone there, but hold on to position. All's fair in love and war, and at the moment he's going to keep on to that one. But Ryan Ruby's going to try and get the cut back here out of the last corner. Here we go, side by side down the start finish straight. Ryan Ruby's going to try and get this one done here. It's going to be Mercedes Grunt here, going to try and take it past the Lamborghini, but the Lamborghini's going to get that toe off of Raki up ahead of him, and that Lexus is just towing the Lamborghini along here down towards the first corner. And in the end, no changes there between any of those drivers, but at the moment it's SMT Zaloba leading the race by 1.2 seconds, but SOP Nelio has closed in by about 3/10 over the course of that final sector. There's Surprised Me in third, a funny looking guy Raki in fifth place at the moment, ahead of Thomas Vieira. There's Ryan Ruby all over the back of Thomas Vieira at the moment, a 500th of a second separating these two, coming down towards the De La Rocha chicane. Can Ryan make a move? He's going to think about it, surely. Thinks better on that one for the time being, as they all file through De La Rocha chicane here, looking like a very clean opening couple of laps. Yellow Army with the collision with Surprise Me into turn 1. Lap 1 is now in the pits and doesn't look like he's going anywhere fast, so I think his race is all but done. He will probably get back out on the track, but the amount of time that he's going to lose sat in that pit lane is going to be absolutely devastating there for him. And I think I can't imagine him moving up any positions from P14, but in the meantime, pretty closely packed field at the front, only about, I don't know, probably about 7 seconds probably about 10 seconds covering the top 13 drivers at the moment, so it's very, very tight here in this race. We see Thomas Vieira has managed to make the move on Raki, so Thomas Vieira is up into 5th place there, managed to get that one done. I assume either coming down the straight down towards Ascari, or maybe it was through the Lesmos, but Thomas Vieira is up into 5th place nonetheless. We see SMT Zaloba's got Nelio now within a second of him as they're coming out of the Parabolica here for the second time here in this race. Noticing a bit of lag on the stream there. Hopefully that doesn't last too long. Hopefully that sorts itself out ASAP, as that's not ideal. That's not what we want, and I can tell you that for 100% as a fact, without any doubt whatsoever on that one. So yeah, it's actually my private stream that's lagging. Give us 10 seconds here, guys. I'm just going to reload. Give us 10 seconds. You can still hear me talking, I'm sure. Let's just give ourselves a moment here to sort this out. Oh, for God's sake, I don't care, McAfee, go away. I don't care. MI5 can hack my computer as much as they want, I don't care. Here we are anyway, so SMT Zaloba's looking like he's still defending here from Nelio. These two 3/10 apart. You got Surprise Me there in 3rd place, ahead of a funny looking guy. Thomas Vieira running in 5th place, ahead of Raki. There's Ryan Ruby still close on the back. You got Cordero Ajani, Slow Wolf there in P10 at the moment, ahead of DDTKU. There's Crew Kip in the background, ahead of Emo Guy, who's trying to get onto the back of these guys if he can. What can he do over the course of this one? But back to the lead here. Zaloba, Nelio, Surprise Me in the top 3, ahead of a funny looking guy, and Thomas Vieira, Raki, Ryan Ruby, Cordero Ajani, Slow Wolf, all line astern at the moment. Not really too much going on in terms of overtakes, but that could all change very quickly. As look at this, we've got a battle now going on. Raki here is trying to defend from Ryan and from what looks to be is Zaloba dropped back. Zaloba has dropped back. He's down in P7. I didn't see what happened there. So oh, he's got a bit out of shape there, coming through the Ascari into the wall a little bit. He's now going to have he's going to have Slow Wolf getting up past him, Didi as well. Oh no, SMT Zaloba. He's lost it coming out of Ascari, and he's going to spin it back round again and get it facing the right direction, but he's going to lose a lot of time there, and he's now, I think, pretty much down to the back of the pack, if not the back. And in the meantime, SOP Nelio has had a moment coming out of Ascari as well. He is now down in 4th place, 5th, 6th, further down than that, 6th place he's dropped down to. And all of a sudden, surprise me, leads the race here ahead of Funny Looking Guy. Down towards the first corner they come, 3/10 apart at the moment. Funny Looking Guy a little bit too far, but to make anything happen there, you've got Thomas Vieira there in 3rd place now, all over these guys in the number 1 Lamborghini, making his debut tonight. Thomas Vieira here on the Motive Racing YouTube channel. He's driving an absolute cracker of a race here. You got Raki there in 4th ahead of Ryan Ruby, Nelio in 6th. There you got Credeo, Ajani, Slow Wolf, Crew Kip, as we can see there, side by side here between these two at the moment, Slow Wolf and Crew Kip, as they're coming through the Curva Grande. As down towards the De La Rocha chicane they come onto the brakes. Looks like nothing doing there between those guys at the moment. Back to the battle at the front though, we've got Surprise Me still just ahead of a Funny Looking Guy, but now they've got Thomas Vieira breathing down their necks. This is looking absolutely race on at this point between these guys. But a Funny Looking Guy still not able to get the run out of any of these corners. Can he use that slipstream here? The Porsche not the quickest down the straights, it's going to struggle, but the Aston also not really famed for its straight line speed in the GT3 class. So I think that these two are going to be pretty much tit for tat. That Lamborghini is going to be looking to put the pressure on while it can at this point, being right there behind them. Raki there in 4th has got Ryan very much in tow at the moment. SOP Nelly, after that mistake a couple of laps ago, was leading the race. Now down in 6th place you've got Quadero, Johnny, Crew Kip, Didi there on the back of these guys. Slow Wolf and Emo guys pretty much starting to close on a little bit onto the back of this pack now, as SMT's over in the pits. Doesn't look like he's going to be going anywhere fast at this point. Yellow Army hasn't moved since the first lap. I don't think he's going to be taking any further part in this race, but a Funny Looking Guy's got the slipstream here on Surprise Me, and Thomas Vieira waiting in the wings. Oh, and SMT's over has left the pits, but he's got Dom for speeding in the pit lane, so he's got a stop-go penalty here. He's going to have to stop in the box for 30 seconds. That's going to be very debilitating indeed for him, as we see a Funny Looking Guy down the inside of the first corner, but Surprise Me around the outside holding the position. Oh, he goes over the sleeping policeman there, goes a little bit wide. That's going to allow Funny Looking Guy through, but Thomas Vieira's going to thread the needle. Oh no, Funny Looking Guy getting tagged a little bit by Surprise Me, and they're both into the wall there. Well, Surprise Me's in the wall, and Funny Looking Guy continues on. That's given the lead to Thomas Vieira. Raki and Ryan's trying to squeeze through the gap here, but what a disaster there for those two. And a Funny Looking Guy now down to 3rd place here in this race, and Thomas Vieira on his debut here on Motive now leads this race by 2.5 seconds. Unbelievable developments here at Motive here on a Saturday night for the GT3 Sprint Cup. Thomas Vieira now clearing away. Raki into 2nd place ahead of Funny Looking Guy. You got Les Opinelli there in 4th place ahead of Ajani. Ryan Ruby there in P6. Crew Kip, there's Didi ahead of Surprise Me and Slow Wolf, and then Emo Guy in 11th place, followed by Quadeo, who's a long way behind. He's dropped off quite a bit off the back of these guys over the last lap or so. Quadeo struggling here for whatever reason. I don't know whether he's made a mistake over the last couple of laps, but he's well off of the back of them right now. But Thomas Vieira has been given an opportunity here to take his first win on his debut here tonight. What a race here for Thomas Vieira. Raki there running in 2nd place, just under 3 seconds behind him at the moment. A Funny Looking Guy there in 3rd place, as we see him running ever so wide there coming out of Ascari, keeping it reasonably planted though as they come out of the corner. You got SOP Nelio ahead of Ajani there. There's Ryan Ruby in 6th ahead of Crew Kip, DDTKU, Slow Wolf. Emo Guys dropped back by a couple of seconds off for the back of these guys here, and you've got a bit of a gap back to Surprise Me, Cordeo. But Thomas Vieira absolutely smashing it here tonight here at Monza for his debut race for round 5 of the season, race 9 altogether. What a drive so far it's been from him. We're only less than 10 minutes into this first race of the evening, but he's already doing an absolutely fantastic job, as we see Raki trying to keep a Funny Looking Guy behind him. Down towards the first corner they come. A Funny Looking Guy a little bit too far back to make anything happen just there. You got SOP Nelio there running in 4th place ahead of Ajani. Ryan Ruby in 6th. Crew Kip, DDTKU, Slow Wolf. Emo Guys dropped off a little bit off the back of these guys over the course of this lap so far, but Thomas Vieira is pulling away a little bit here. He's got just over 3 seconds of a gap at the moment over Raki. So Thomas Vieira definitely looking like he's the force to be reckoned with here tonight. As we can see, a funny looking guy looking to the inside of Raki here, coming down towards the Delaroche chicane. Thinks better of that one, a little bit too far back. Would have been a bit of a biscuit type of manoeuvre there. You got SOP Nelio running in 4th place ahead of Ajani. Ryan Krukip, Didi filing through the corner there. As you see, Raki now has got a funny looking guy looking down his inside, and he's made that move there into Lesmo 1. A funny looking guy is up into 2nd place. SOP Nelio is now hot on these guys' heels, as we can see Ajani, Ryan Krukip, Didi and Slow Wolf filing through Lesmo 1. Emo guy in the background trying to close onto these guys if he can. But at the front, Thomas Vieira continuing to pull out his gap here. He's got now 3.6 seconds over the rest of them, as we see Raki and the funny looking guy coming through Ascari. We can see a funny looking guy's into 2nd place ahead of Raki. SOP Nello there running in 4th place ahead of Ajani, Ryan Krukip, Didi and Slow Wolf there in the background there coming through the corner. But so much going on here in these opening few laps here at Monza for the GT3 Sprint Cup. You alright, Nana? You dry your hair? You alright? Anyway, we got Thomas Vieira leading this race by 4 seconds at the moment over a funny looking guy, and Raki still sticking to the back of a funny looking guy, but SOP Nelio is now very much looming large in the mirrors of that Lexus, the 213, the number of the angel there for Raki. Has got the number 21 Ferrari of SOP Nelio currently on the back of him here. Emo guy in the number 667, the Devil's right hand man's currently running 4 seconds adrift of the rest of them, so it looks like he's lost a bit of time over the course of that lap. As we see, oh no, somebody's lost it there. Ryan's lost it coming through turn 1. Ryan over the sleeping policeman, getting it well out of shape there. Flashed the lights from him, and he's not happy with something, or either that or he's apologising to somebody. That looks to be that was Krukip there he just got in a tangle with, was it? I think it might have been, no it wasn't. It was Krukip that he got in a tangle with there, so those two having a bit of a to-do. Ryan on the back of Emo guy now. Ian up into 8th place in this race though, so not too bad for Ian. As we can see in the foreground, we've currently got Emo guy now, Ryan even looking to the outside of Emo guy in towards Lesmo 1, a little bit too far back to make it happen there. Can he get the run into Lesmo 2? Not for the time being. It's as you were between those two, as we can see Ryan really tagging that curve there coming through Lesmo 2. In the meantime, the race leader Thomas Vieira still doing the business out the front. A funny looking guy gained a 1/10 of a second coming through that middle sector there, but on the whole Thomas Vieira is pulling out that gap, but he seems to have the momentum at this point in the race. You've got Raki on the back of a funny looking guy here coming down towards the Parabolica for the 7th time here in this race. SOP Nelio running in 4th place, 7/10 of a second off of the back of Raki, and then Ajani running 3 seconds behind him in 5th place ahead of DDTKU. Slow Wolf for 2nd adrift in 7th place. It's got Emo guy 3 seconds behind him. Ryan still hassling the back of Ian coming down towards the Parabolica. Can he get this one around the outside? He's going to look to try and outbreak him here around the outside. As he try and use that grip around the outside, use that racing line. Emo guy for the time being holding his nerve here, but Ryan's going to look to try and get the cut. Try and get a cut back here out of the Parabolica. Here we are, side by side down the start finish straight. What can Ryan do? He gets the position done on the exit, so now Emo guy's going to try and out drag him here down the start finish straight using that slipstream. He's going to pull out to the right hand side here. Emo guy looking to return the favour here on Ryan Ruby down the inside into turn 1. The Audi's going to go a little bit later on the brakes than the Merc, and Emo guy gets that done beautifully there, back up into 8th place. These two trading positions, both members of the Run DJC stable here, having a great little tussle here for 8th place here in this race. In the meantime, let's go back to the battle for 2nd place, because they're funny looking guys currently just ahead of Raki here, but Nelio all over the back of these guys. These three battling it out over the podium places. Bit of a gap back to Ajani there running in 5th place. You got Didi there in 6th place. Slow Wolf for 2nd adrift of Didi has got Emo guy in close company here, but looking like, well, actually no, he's dropped off. Actually he's still 3 seconds adrift ahead of no it's not, it's a different guy. But at the moment, Emo guy's still got Ryan and Krukip behind him, so Ian, having lost the position to Ryan up towards the Parabolica, managed to get it done back ahead of him down the start finish straight. He's now running in 8th place there, just ahead of him at this point. But Thomas Vieira leading this race by 5 seconds at the moment, ahead of a funny looking guy. Raki there in 3rd place. It's got Nelio breathing down his neck as they're coming out of Ascari. Can Nelio get the slipstream? Can he get the straight line speed here coming down towards the Parabolica? He's going to be pretty close here. Is he going to be able to send one down the inside? He's going to think about it surely here as they come onto the brakes. At the moment, Raki's got just enough in hand here over Nelio, but Nelio is waiting for his opportunity. He's sat there probably thinking to himself that the opportunity thinking to himself that the opportunity will be presenting itself at some point pretty soon, but for the time being Raki seems to have the measure down the straights. At least that Lexus has got straight line speed in abundance, but these guys now losing a bit of time to a funny looking guy. And in fact, Thomas Vieira must have dropped it somewhere, because I'm just noticing here the race leader is now only 1.4 seconds ahead of these guys. So Thomas Vieira, on his debut, leading the race here at Motive, probably feeling the pressure ever so slightly, has dropped it, and his lead is now down to a second. He was 5 seconds out in front a moment ago, so Thomas Vieira maybe feeling the pressure ever so slightly. We're not quite sure, but whatever the case, whatever the scenario here, he's obviously had some kind of moment somewhere out there, so he needs to get it back together, needs to regroup and go again here. Hopefully it's not going to be too much of a problem for him here in this race, but it's Thomas Vieira out in front by 1.2 seconds ahead of a funny looking guy. There's Raki there in third place ahead of Nelio, about 4 seconds there back to Ajani running in fifth place. You got Slow Wolf there in P6 ahead of DDTKU. Crew Kip a few seconds further back in 8th place. You've got Quadeo there in 9th, just coming through the Della Rocha chicane. He's got a couple of seconds back to Ryan Ruby. Emo guy in the pits, so he's clearly going to want some damage repairs here. No mandatory pit stop in this British GT Sprint Cup. Well, not British GT, it's more just a GT3 Sprint Cup now, but obviously no damage, or no, sorry, not no damage, no mandatory pit stop, so any damage is going to be majorly debilitating to your race. So Emo guy there going to get that sorted out, and hopefully he doesn't lose too many points there. Surprise me, we'll move up into 11th place, SMT Zaloba into 12th, and Emo guy's still in that box at the moment. Yellow Army crashed out on the first lap coming into the first chicane, so he's going to be not going anywhere very quickly at this point either. But noticing here,
Monday.
Yes, I'm working 6 till 2 on Monday, but we've got
6 until 2.
Yeah,
Marion's coming. And
Thomas Vieira there trying to move out of the slipstream here. Oh, the funny looking guy almost pushing him down the start finish straight here. Look at this, Raki. It's going to look to the outside. We're going to be 3 wide here down the Monza pit straight. You got Thomas Vieira on the inside, was leading this race, is now down to 3rd place. Is he going to try and send one down the inside? He is going to go for it. Oh, Thomas Vieira going for a very risque move there up the inside. A funny looking guy's going to go round the outside of the first part of the chicane and gets it done there. So now it's a funny looking guy leading this race. Thomas Vieira slotting in 2nd place, Raki 3rd, and SOP Nelio all over the back of these guys. So this has suddenly become a 4-car battle here for the lead on lap 10 of this race. Absolutely excellent stuff here, as we can now see Thomas Vieira trying to defend the inside line here ahead of Raki. Oh, bit of contact there between the two of them. Oh my goodness me, as we see them go. Oh no, they've gone off. They've gone off there onto the runoff area. Thomas Vieira and Raki. That was my nan sneezing, don't worry, she's okay. But a funny looking guy there up into the lead of the race, and we see Thomas Vieira and Raki having a big moment there. That's promoted SOP Nelio up into 2nd place here in this race. The timing board's still yet to update, but he's undoubtedly, unmistakably up into 2nd place there, and those two having a big ding dong, which has resulted in them losing a few places there. And a funny looking guy now out in front leading this race, but Thomas Vieira has thrown away a 5-second lead here in this race and now finds himself a little way off for the lead here. So that has not gone at all to plan there for Thomas Vieira. What a shame there, but still plenty of time in this race, still plenty of opportunities for him to bring himself back into this one. We got 11 likes here on the stream. Absolutely great stuff, guys. Pleasure to have all of you watching here tonight. We got Woody in the comments saying good racing going on here. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely fantastic to watch. Scooter Paul says evening races, come on Raki, bring home that podium. At the moment he's looking good, Scooter Paul, but it's still plenty of time in this race as we said before, and Thomas Vieira is going to be on him like a car bonnet towards the end of this race. Scooter Paul says, is Nana okay? Sounded like she got a shot. Yep, she was sneezing, mate. That's her sneezes. Also Seb there saying we love Nana Andy. Thank you. Thank you. Thomas Vieira though into the pits. Oh, what a shame. That really is a shame there for Thomas Vieira. He was leading this race. He had quite a sizable gap. He made a couple of mistakes which allowed the charging cavalry onto him, and unfortunately for him he's now having to come in to get that damage repaired. So he's in the pits currently. A fun looking guy leading this race by 1.5 seconds at the moment ahead of SOP Nelio. Raki there running in 3rd place at the moment, but that battle for the lead is now pretty much petered out, and a funny looking guy now looking in the box seat, and I dare say it, I don't know this for sure, I can't confirm this, but I think that a funny looking guy is standing on the verge of taking his first win at Motive. Don't quote me, I'm not 100%, I could be wrong, but I don't think he's taken a win here so far. Thomas Vieira in the comments there says, well mate, I am so gutted for you. That was absolutely fantastic racing up until that point. As I always say, if there are any issues out on the track, just make sure you save the video clip, and if you've got any problems, put it in the stewards' inquiries. We'll get them sorted out. He says he'll get him in race 2. That's the spirit, mate. Come back stronger, come back bigger, better than ever before, and we'll have to watch this space here for race 2. But at the moment, a funny looking guy's got a 2-second gap here over SOP Nelio. Raki there running in 3rd place with Ajani 3 seconds further back in 4th place, a couple of seconds further back to Slow Wolf there in 5th ahead of DDTKU. Crewkip there still going in P7. Quadero a little bit further back in 8th place, has got Ryan on the back of him. These two have had a difficult first race of the evening. Hopefully they can come back stronger and better in the second race though. But Thomas Vieira, what a shame, running down in P10. It's still some decent points as he just completely misses out the first chicane, like it's not even there. He's got a drive through as well for that one, so it's never ideal. Emo guy is in a bit of a battle here with what looks to be, I think that is that Quadeo and Ryan Ruby. It must be, yeah it is, but he's a lap down on them, but nonetheless still giving it a good go, not lying down and letting them through. He's giving it a good race, which I like to see. I don't want to see the blue flags being followed by the letter of the law. Sometimes in life you just got to use a bit of common sense and use your brain and not follow the letter of the law in every single case. Like sometimes you just got to use your brain, you know what I mean? So obviously in this situation, as long as he's fast enough, I think he's more than within his rights to battle. If he ends up crashing into them, then that's a different story, but as long as he's clean and as long as he's fast enough, let him race, let him crack on. He's not causing a problem, at least not anymore, but he's still in that thick of that battle there with these guys. In the meantime, I was about to say a good looking guy there. What the hell? What's wrong with me? A funny looking guy still leading this race ahead of SOP Nelio. Raki there running in 3rd place, 4/10 of a second behind Nelio at the moment as they're coming in towards Ascari for the 12th time here in this race. We've got 10 people watching the stream. Absolutely great stuff, guys. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy what you're seeing at the moment. But funny looking guy still 3 seconds clear of Raki and SOP Nelio. These two have been battling it out over the last few laps, and Scooter Air Paul vocal in the comments section, getting behind his mate Raki, voicing his support for the man in the number 213 Lexus, regular racer in our Friday night F1 league here, and he's currently doing the bits at the moment, running in 2nd place. He's got a couple of tenths back to Nelio here, who's right on the back of him right now as these guys battle it out over the final podium positions. You've got Ajani there running in 4th place, a couple of seconds clear of Slow Wolf, who's a couple of seconds in turn clear of DDTKU. Crewkip currently close on the back of him right now, 10 seconds clear of Cordero and Ryan Ruby. Emo guy still in the thick of that battle there, battling it out with these guys. Obviously a lap down on them, but nonetheless more than within his rights to give it a good go. Tom Vieira, Thomas saying there, my brakes nice. And my brakes nice. Yeah, obviously the brakes failing there coming into turn 1. We kind of could have guessed that one. But SOP Nelio within 6/10 at the moment of Raki. At the moment though, we've got Emo guy still battling it out, and he's down the inside there. Oh, he's gone deep. Emo guy's gone deep, coming through the first chicane. Is he going to get a drive through for that one? It looks like he slows that down a bit, but certainly not enough, and he's just gaining position out of that. So Emo guy's just cut a corner and got away scot-free. He does in fact cede the position there back to Cordeo. Obviously he's a lap down anyway, but yeah, well he better not do that one again anyway, because I imagine that the consequences might impose themselves if he were to do it again. At some point you've always got to just say, look, I've had the run of the green, I've had the luck, now I've got to just behave and play by the rules, and if you do, then there's no reason why you can't just crack on and enjoy life, and obviously you move on and put the past behind you, because that's how common sense works, and that's how people with any shred of a brain should operate. But anyway, a funny looking guy, 2.5 seconds of a gap here over Raki. SOP Nelio running in 3rd place, pretty close behind him right now. These guys coming into the Parabolica. We've got, I think, 4 laps left to go in this race at the moment, so we're coming towards the tail end of this race. Oh, as we see a funny looking guy. Oh no, is he going to throw this away? Oh my god, that funny looking guy there getting a little bit onto the gravel, coming out of the Parabolica. That's going to allow Raki to close that gap here, and the gap looks like it's down at about a second between these two. Unbelievable scenes here. Raki now within a second of a funny looking guy. Oh my goodness, that's just Oh dear, the menu just popped up. That's because I've got cack hands, but not actually cack hands, by the way, just for anyone wondering. Anyway, we've got a fun-looking guy still running in the lead of the race, ahead of Raki and Assetto now pretty close behind these guys, 0.6 of a second behind. But a funny-looking guy having a major moment there, coming through the Parabolica, almost messing him up big time. But we see Assetto a little bit onto the grass there, coming into the second chicane. Oh, he's gone deep. He's gone straight on there over the second chicane, and he's going to have to see that position back to Raki there. So Raki reassumes that second spot, but Raki can sense a race win here. He can see a funny-looking guy right in front of him. He knows all he needs to do is hunt this Porsche down and get ahead of him, and he will be able to take take the win here. I don't want to get this wrong, because Raki's a big fan of Motive, and he's also very vocal, always in our comments section, a big supporter of us here at Motive Racing. I don't want to get this wrong, but I don't think he's taken a win here at Motive before. I can't remember a time when he's taken a win. This could be Raki's first ever victory on ACC here at Motive. In fact, altogether at Motive, full stop. He's currently only 1.4 seconds off the back of a fun-looking guy. Fun-looking guy also standing on the verge of taking his first one. I think Nelio hasn't taken a win either, to be fair. I think any one of these three guys out in front could be about to take their first win here. What a great night here for Motive's history. But currently we've got a fun-looking guy out onto the start-finish straight here for the 13th or 14th time, should I say, in this race, about to start lap 15, and he's currently got 1.2. So Raki close to another 2/10 coming through that final sector there. Raki Majay on a charge here, coming towards the business end of this race. We've got 3 laps left to go, including the one we're currently on. Slow Wolf and Crew Kip currently on the back of Ajani right now. These three separated by a second and a half. You got Quadeo just behind Didi at the moment. Seb says, what is Kekans? Kakans is supposed to be like basically like sort of like spazzy hands, like when your hands just do stuff that you're not wanting them to do. Like you sort of like press something and then your hands just do something else contrary to what you actually intend them to do, kind of thing. That's sort of what it is. But as we see there, Didi maintaining position there ahead of Quadeo. Quadeo just riding over the first chicane a little bit in that little exchange. We see a funny looking guy currently out the front though, 1.3 seconds clear of Raki. Nelio has dropped off at the back of Raki a little bit, but the gap at the front currently staying at around the same here between these top two. Raki can sense his first win. He's going to be going hammer and tongs for this one. He's going to be going all out for the race win. You can absolutely bet on that. He's standing on the verge of taking win number 1 here. What a job. I'll be so happy for Raki if he can bring this one home. But he's got to get ahead of a fun-looking guy first, and a fun-looking guy also a driver who's more than deserving of his first win if he were to take it as well. I've got a soft spot for Raki because he's so vocal in our comments section, an avid supporter of us here on the channel. But a fun-looking guy also would be as much of a deserved winner of this race. And we've got 2.5 minutes left to go here in this race. Currently 2 laps left here out at Monza for the opening race of the evening here for the GT3 Sprint Cup, and we're coming out onto the start-finish straight once again. A funny-looking guy has the ascendancy. He gained a couple of tenths on Raki over the course of that lap, so he seems to be responding to the pressure of Raki at the moment. Can he hold on? Can he keep that up and withstand that pressure over the course of the last 2 laps? Nesta Pinelli running in 3rd place. He's got about a second of a gap here over Crew Kip. Crew Kip's pulled out a bit of a gap to Slow Wolf as well. 1.5 seconds now separating those two. You've got Didi in 7th place ahead of Quadeo there. These two running absolutely nose to tail coming down the start finish straight. What can Quadeo do here as he's putting out to the outside here of the slipstream, trying to get the run here on Didi if he can. Looking to the outside in towards the first chicane. They come onto the brakes now for the time being. Didi's going to hold that inside line. Can Quadeo make this go around the long way here? Here he comes. Oh, he's going to get squeezed out there, and for the time being Didi hold on to that one. Quadeo was looking, he was probing, he was pushing. In the background of this you got Emo Guy and Ryan very hot on the hill. On the heels of these guys as well. Emo Guy is a lap down on these drivers in front of him, but he's still going to be giving this a good go. Ryan's actually almost a lap ahead of Emo Guy, but he's dropped off a little bit of these guys over the course of this last lap or so. But we see Didi is weathering a heavy storm here from these 3 guys at the moment, and this is going to be one that I think is going to go down to the wire between these guys. In the meantime, we got Crew Kip closing up onto the back of Ajani here. 7 tenths now separating those two in the battle for 4th place. The gap at the front staying the same, 1.3 between a funny looking guy and Raki. It's not really going up or down at the moment. It's staying at around the same, and Raki's just, I think, maybe just going to come up short here. A funny looking guy consistently lapping very, very solid lap times here at this point, and Monza's not really a track where you can make too many mistakes. I think a fun looking guy is going to bring this one home, barring any major catastrophes on this final lap. Has Raki got anything left in the tank to throw at him here on this final lap? Time will tell us, and it will be very quickly here. We'll find out very swiftly what's going to be the order here, but a funny looking guy leads by 1.1 seconds ahead of Raki here. SOP Nelio in third place, ahead of Crew Kip in fourth. You got a Johnny there pretty close here in fifth place at the moment. Slow Wolf there in P6 ahead of DDTKU, who's got Credeo now very much for company, 0.4 of a second separating those two. Ryan Ruby in ninth place ahead of Emo Guy, who's obviously on the back of this pack here. And in fact, what's happened here, because now Emo Guy, oh my goodness, sorry about that, we just had a bit of a moment there. But yeah, Emo Guy still in the thick of it. But a funny looking guy has managed to gap Raki a little bit over the course of this first sector here, 1.5 seconds. So the funny looking guy was ever so slightly quicker. Raki's just got to throw it around the last half a lap here and hope that a funny looking guy makes a mistake. But a funny looking guy hasn't put a foot wrong really, apart from that mistake that we saw coming out of Parabolica, where he lost about a second or two. He managed to keep it going. He managed to keep his momentum more or less. He lost a little bit of time, but not too much. And since then, he's not put a foot wrong. He's got his head down and he's just kept it going, and he's managed to weather this pressure here from Raki in towards Ascari. Underneath the old circuit they come. They've got 3 corners left and a right, and then a left, and then the final right hander, so that's actually 4 corners. Andy, come on, you can't even do basic maths. But right now, a funny looking guy here out of Ascari, and I think he's got this done. Raki's pushed it. Oh no, Raki goes straight on over Ascari. Is he going to hold on for second place? No, he's not. SOP Nelly is going to mug him here, so Raki's going to lose out on second place, and a funny looking guy has now got this one done in towards the Parabolica for the final time here for the first race of the evening. It's going to be a funny looking guy to take his first win here at Motive in the number 98 Porsche. Well done to a funny looking guy. A flash of lights here. What a drive here at Monza for the GT3 Sprint Cup. Over the line he comes to take the victory. Well done, a funny looking guy. Raki's going to come over to take a second place here as he comes over 3 seconds adrift of a funny looking guy. There's Raki coming over to take third in this one, completing the podium. Crew Kip comes over in fourth place. Ajani will take P5 in this one, ahead of Slow Wolf, who takes 6th place in this race. DDTKU is going to come out of the final corner, and it's going to be 7th place here for DDTKU. A solid result from him as he crosses over the line there. We've got Credeo coming into Parabolica here. It's going to be an 8th place finish here for Credeo. A solid result there for him in the number 66 Porsche. Some good points there. Ryan Ruby probably be a bit disappointed. Probably feeling like he could have done a bit better tonight, but nonetheless, he's going to come around to take 9th eventually. Emo Guy's finished in 10th already. As if has Ryan run out of fuel. I think he might have run out of fuel because he seems to be coasting there, but nonetheless, surprised me, he's going to come over to take 11th place here in this race. SMT Zaloba, Thomas Vieira and Yellow Army retired a long way out. Well, SMT Zaloba ran up down, wasn't that far behind, but Thomas Vieira retired a little way from the end due to that little to-do that we saw coming through the first corner. But Yellow Army obviously didn't get very far in that race. But nonetheless, a funny looking guy taking the win here, doing a great job, guys. Let's stick around for the second race. We'll be live for the second qualifying session in a few minutes time. Don't go anywhere, we'll have that on very, very shortly. Welcome back everybody, we're here for the second qualifying session of the evening for the GT3 Sprint Cup here on a Saturday night at Motive. We're here at Monza, we've been here for the first race, we're here for the second race as well. We haven't moved on quite that quickly just yet, but we got 14 cars out on the track once again, the same drivers we had on for the previous race, and what a race it was as well. What an incredible battle between a funny looking guy Raki and SOP Nelio. Unfortunate that we lost Thomas Vieira on his debut here. Made an absolutely phenomenal debut tonight, had a 5-second lead at one point, ended up making a mistake, and that lead was basically carved down to more or less nothing, and ended up running a bit wide after having a great battle down the start finish straight, and lost a bit of time due to some damage, had to come into the pits as well. So unfortunate, but nonetheless we're looking forward to seeing what Thomas Vieira can get up to over the course of this second race of the evening. Currently 7.5 minutes left in this qualifying two, and I am absolutely stoked for what we've got ahead of us here, because if the first race didn't need to go by, we're in for even more of a treat for the second race. I want to say a big thank you to everybody joining us tonight here on the Motive Roundup channel, to all of those, to all the real ones, to all of those people who are supporting us, to all of those who enjoy the sim racing content and enjoy racing here and enjoy sim racing on the whole on the PlayStation platform, or indeed if you've moved on to PC but you're still watching your old friends. I want to just say a massive thank you to all of you guys guys. It really does mean so much. Obviously, sim racing to a lot of us is almost like it's in a way it's like an escape from, you know, the day-to-day life, and we all use this because we enjoy it, because we love racing, and I myself love to commentate on the races and, you know, enjoy giving something back for the drivers to watch back afterwards as well. And also, you know, it helps to cut out those negative things in life that, you know, we try and put behind us, that people are constantly trying to bring up. But anyway, 6 minutes left to go here in this second qualifying session. So the drivers just out there at the moment. No lap times coming in so far in this session. As we see Thomas Vieira, I think he's going to be the first driver to set a lap. No, Clegg was the first driver to set a lap. Does a 1 minute 49.4. What can Thomas Vieira do here? He goes top of the board there by 6/10 nearly. So 1:48.8 from Thomas Vieira, setting the benchmark so far, and that is absolutely fantastic there from Thomas Vieira. So he said in the comments section he'll be back, he'll be fighting, he'll be looking to try and get them in the second race, and he's currently showing a lot of intent here in the early stages of this qualifying session. Ian, my guy, just texted me saying Ryan ran out of fuel, so I had to pull a move straight from cars and push him. Oh no! Oh, you should have rang me. You should have rang me whilst that was going on. I would have. Oh, that would have been brilliant. Oh, that sounds sick. I'm sure we've actually. Do you know what? Ryan always streams his races, so there's a way we can do this. Actually, you know, let's do this. Let's get it on. Let's show this. I want this to be. I want people to see this. This must look sick. I know that Ryan streams his races, so let's get that up, because why not? You know, it'd be sod's law that tonight's the first race that he hasn't streamed. No, he is streaming tonight. Excellent.
Funny guy won by a massive margin. Funny guy won by a massive. I crossed the line too early. He's last finished the race.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That's it, I'm out.
Well, hold on, where are you?
Huh?
Whereabouts are you?
First chicane.
Stay there.
Well, this is just showing pictures right now on the stream. Should be showing up there. This is Ryan Ruby running out of fuel at the end of race 1. This is Ryan running out of fuel, so he hasn't finished the race, and I think we're about to see my guy pushing him.
Yeah,
This is how we're gonna finish the race.
Yeah. Oh, if only Andy got this on stream, would we?
Andy doesn't realise this is happening.
I know. It's on stream, would it? Oh shit.
Say that.
Ah.
It's finished.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there from those guys. But back to the qualifying session anyway. Oh, let's turn the sound off. But yeah, back to the second qualifying session. Is SOP Nelio currently setting the pace here. He's managed to get 300ths of a second ahead of Thomas Vieira at the moment, so looking like SOP Nelio on top form, and he's gone really quick here. Look at that, he's done a 1 minute 48.1. That is scorching pace there from SOP Nelio. Nothing to be sniffed at in any way, shape or form. Crew Kit running in third place, surprised me a little way off, 8/10 behind him, fourth place. But a minute and a half left to go in this second qualifying session. Emo Guy has changed car again, and he's now driving the 669 Bentley. Blimey, he does get around, this boy. In the meantime, we got Thomas Vieira coming in towards the final corner right now. What can he do? Came close to winning the race in the first race of the evening. Can he go? Can he right those wrongs over the course of tonight? Here he comes up towards the line. Thomas Vieira crosses over and he doesn't improve for now. Stays in P2 for the time being. We've got Nelio, Crew Kip and Ryan all in the pits, as is DDTKU. Surprised me coming up towards the Ascari chicane at the moment. Raki sat in P5 in this session for the time being. You got Ryan in P6. He's sat in the pits at the moment. There's a funny looking guy coming up towards the line. The race winner in the first race doesn't improve, but he's going to get one more lap in at the end of this session. Can he get himself up the order? Can he get himself up the sharp end? That's the question. That's the, ultimately what we're going to find out over the next couple of minutes. Slow Wolf's got himself into fourth place there. Nice lap from Slow Wolf. Get himself in the thick of it. Cordero in the pits. Not going to improve in there. Johnny out there at the moment, as is Zaloba. Yellow Army's just coming through towards the Della Rocha chicane at the moment. Emo Guy's in the pits, so he's going to start from the back of the grid. Not where he'd want to be, I'm sure. But nonetheless, what can he do from there? We'll find out. As Raki comes over the line, can't improve, stays in P6. So the drivers who were up at the front in the first race, Raki and a funny looking guy, 6th and 8th. You got Nedio who came second, who mugged Raki for P2 at the end of the race in the first race. He will be starting this one on pole ahead of Thomas Vieira, who was the very impressive debutant in that first race. He'll be driving up ahead of Crew Kip. Crew Kip, the runaway championship leader, coming into tonight. 97 points was his gap before tonight. It's only going to be bigger than that after tonight as well. But that looks like it's going to be that then for the second qualifying session. As the funny looking guys coming out of the last corner, the race one winner. Johnny will be crossing the line just after him. These two the last drivers on the lap, and the funny looking guys coming into the pits. So he's not going to improve there. Our race one winner will be starting from P8. Johnny up towards the line. What can he do? Can he improve? He does, up into P10 there. Gains a couple of positions right at the end. So we've got Nelio in first ahead of Thomas Vieira second, and Crew Kip third, followed by Stowell fourth. Surprised me in fifth, Raki sixth, Ryan will be in seventh place. A funny looking guy in eighth, ahead of Cordero in ninth. For Johnny 10th, SMT Zaloba in 11th place, DDTKU in 12th, Yellow Army 13th, Emo Guy in 14th place, with Emo Guy also in 15th, Emo Guy in 16th as well, and Emo Guy in 17th place. So Emo Guy locking out the last four places. That is because he's been changing his mind like the weather in terms of what car he's going to drive tonight. I don't know why he can't just make up his mind and decide what he wants to do, but ultimately he's gone for the in the end I think he actually opted for, well, saying here he's gone in the GTR, so I think he might have actually stuck with the GTR at the end there. He went for the Bentley, then he went for the Audi, then he went for the BMW at the to begin with, but he seems to have settled in that GTR now. So that is that then for the second qualifying session. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the second race of the evening here for the GT3 Sprint Cup here at Motive. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back on very, very shortly. Moments away from the start of the second race of the evening here at Monza for the GT3 Sprint Cup here at Motive. 14 cars out on the grid, the same drivers we had for the first race, and very tightly packed grid once again in the qualifying session. What is going to happen here between all of these drivers? Who's going to come out on top? We see obviously we've got Thomas Vieira lining up on second place, come so close to a debut win in his first ever race at Motive a few minutes ago. Can he right those wrongs? Can he get this one to the flag in one piece and maybe take his first win? He's going to face stiff competition from the likes of SOP Nelio, race winner from the first race of Flame Guy, as well as third place man Raki are also in here as well. But we are green. We are racing now down towards the first corner we go. SOP Nelio on the inside has been passed already by Thomas Vieira. Is he going to try and outbrake him coming into turn one? Here we come onto the brakes. Thomas Vieira looks like he's got this done around the outside there, up into the lead. We can see there in the background you got Slow Wolf there in just behind behind these guys in third place. And we've got a spinner in the back. Somebody's off there at turn 1. Somebody's gone wide there coming through turn 1, and they have now completely lost it there. It's a funny looking guy, the race winner from the first race. Is that a collision there? Oh no, is that Thomas? No, it's not Thomas. It wouldn't be Thomas, would it? Obviously, it's Ryan. So Ryan and a funny looking guy at the moment there, I think, or no, I don't know who it is at the moment. To be fair, Thomas Vieira though leading us coming through. The Delaware came for the first time ahead of Espinello. There's Sowolf there running in third place, ahead of Ryan Ruby in fourth. Ryan managed to get through that. You got Johnny there in fifth, ahead of Raki. There's SMT Zaloba, ahead of Emo guy in eighth place. There's Didi, Yellow Army. Then surprised me, a funny looking guy, Quideo and Crew Kit running at the back at the moment in last place, 14th position here at the moment, but down towards the old circuit here for the first time here in this race. Let's go to the TV camera. This one is probably the best one in terms of the camera angles here on ACC, as we see Thomas Vieira coming into Ascari. He's got a half a second lead at the moment over Estepinello. There's Snowwolf in third ahead of Ryan Ruby, Johnny there in fifth ahead of Raki. There's SMT Zaloba, Emo guy, DDTKU, Yellow Army in 10th place. Then surprise me, a funny looking guy, Quideo there running just behind him in 13th place at the moment. In fact, Quideo's done him there coming into Ascari. So Quideo around the outside there up into 12th place, and the race winner from the first race, a funny looking guy already up against it so far. Crew Kip, the championship leader down in P14, could be a chance for some of the other drivers to close in a little bit on him in the point standings, but at the moment Thomas is putting away a little bit at the end of the first lap. He's got just over a second, I think, by the looks of it, looking at the gap with my own eyes. No, just under a second even between Thomas Vieira and SOPs over. There's Slowwolf running in third place ahead of Ryan Ruby, 1.4 between those two. Johnny within a second of Ryan at the moment, then a second back to Raki there. Third place man in the first race was in contention for the win towards the end of the first race, but it all went wrong for him coming towards the end. We got Emo guy trying to defend from Didi, and Emo guy's late on the brakes. Emo guy misses his braking point, and he goes deep there, and he goes past Raki. Raki gets spun by SMT Zaloba. Those two having a collision, and you can see there on the left hand side Didi just squirting over the grass a little bit, and Yellow Army's going to come through, and I thought he was going to mug them there, but he actually got off the throttle to avoid having a collision there with any of those guys. But we see there Didi tucking in behind for the time being. Emo guy is running on the back of these at the moment. He's currently trying to get himself ahead of SMT Zaloba, but we see Raki there losing out a little bit, and a funny looking guy trying to seize on this as we see him going around the outside of Quideo in towards the De La Rocha chicane. So a funny looking guy back up into P12 there. Incredible racing here in the first couple of laps of this race. Thomas Vieira leads by a second over SOP Nelio. There's Slowwolf running in third place. He's got Ryan and Ajani very close behind us. Now we can see Ajani looking to try and put out that slipstream here, coming out of Lesmo 2 up towards the old circuit here. What can Ajani do as he's around the outside? I think he's going to get this done here. On Slowwolf, Ryan in the foreground there, running in front of these guys in the final podium spot, but Johnny getting ahead of Slowwolf, and Slowwolf losing out a couple of positions in the space of a few hundred metres there. Ryan's wide though. Ryan's out of shape there coming on the exit of Ascari, and that's allowing these two up into third and fourth respectively. So Johnny and Slowwolf getting ahead of Ryan Ruby just there. And we can also see Johnny now looking to the inside. In fact, no, sorry, Slowwolf looking down to the inside of Johnny, but can't get anything done just there coming into the Parabolica. Thomas Vieira, they're leading the race by just over a second at the moment ahead of SOP Nelio, looking like Thomas Vieira's in the mood to try and right the wrongs of the first race. I mean, he didn't really do much wrong, to be fair. He got caught up in an incident, but he's looking to try and make amends here in this second race, and he's currently going about that in the right way. There's Nelio, there's Johnny. He's got Slowwolf now looking to the inside, but it looks as though Johnny's got just enough there coming into the first corner. You got Ryan Ruby there running in fifth place by 3 seconds clear of SMTs at over. Emo guy out the back of him, as we can see, surprise me. Yellow Army trying to defend from Didi. Can we see there Raki there? That's got a funny looking guy looking down his inside, and a funny looking guy gets himself up into 11th place there. So the race winner in the first race making gains here in this race and trying to make his way back through the pack. Raki down in P12, not where he wants to be after his first race heroics, getting third place. Could have been a win. He was in second place right until the end and risked it all to take the win, and ended up losing out and took third place instead. He's now got Quideo looking down his inside. Can Quideo get this move done? Coming down towards the De La Rocha chicane. He's going to go late on the brakes there, and Quideo gets that done. Yep, just about gets it stopped in time and gets himself into 12th place just there. Thomas Vieira in the meantime has got a 1.5 second lead at the moment over SOP Nelio. 35 seconds back to Ajani and Slowwolf here running in third and fourth places. Ryan Ruby a little bit loose out at the Lesmo 2 there, running in P5. You've got SMTs all over. Emo guy there in 7th place ahead of Surprise Me. Yellow Army DDTKU, a funny looking guy there running in 11th place, and you've got a good bit of a gap back to Raki and Quideo running in 12th and 13th places. Crew Kit, your man at the back, currently 8 seconds adrift. Not been the race so far at all for Crew Kit. he would have hoped for better in this second race. I can absolutely assure you of that. 9 people currently watching the stream. Guys, please drop a like on the video if you haven't already. This is an absolutely great show these drivers are putting on right now. Thomas Vieira has got the lead at the moment, but Estepinado is still sticking to the back of him, not allowing him to run off completely into the distance at this point. You've got Johnny there, 6 seconds behind these guys. He's got Slow Wolf looking all over the back of him. He's going to try and get this run out of the parabolic if he can. Is he going to tuck back in for the slipstream, or is he going to go for pure grunt here? The Bentley should have the straight line speed over the Porsche, but he had to take a slightly tighter line through that last corner of the parabolica, which may have allowed Johnny to just get that easier run and pull away a little bit. Here we come down towards turn 1. Slow Wolf looking down the inside. He thinks better of that one. He doesn't think he's got the brakes in him to go ahead of that Porsche into towards the corner. Ryan there in the background of this, watching this all unfold in 5th place in the Merc. Did a decent job so far in this race. SMT's Aloba still holding on ahead of Emo Guy. Surprised me there in 8th place, ahead of Yellow Army in 9th, ahead of DDTKU, and DDTKU's lost out here to Cordeo. Cordeo's around the outside there, coming out the exit of turn 2 of the first chicane. So Cordeo up into 10th place. Raki on the back of these guys, looking to try and get involved if he can, but Cordeo, is he going to be immediately answered back here by Didi as we're coming through the Curva Grande up towards the De La Roja chicane? What can Raki do in the background of this as well, as we see now Didi having a look to the inside of Cordeo, can't get anything done there. Cordeo has got that move well and truly done up into P10. In the meantime, the gap at the front, 1.8 seconds between Thomas Vieira and SOP Nelio. These guys continuing to gap Ajani at the moment. Ajani's got heavy pressure from Slow Wolf at this point. You've got Ryan Ruby there running in 5th place. Oh no, SMT's Aloba's lost it. Oh, he's been there. Oh, careful. Oh my gosh, great reactions there from Surprise Me. He was on the ball, he saw that happening in front of him. He did so well to avoid that. Thank God he did, because that would have been race over for both of them if there'd been contact at that sort of speed there. But what a shame there, obviously. And well, Ajani there down to well, quite a way back in the pack, I think, with that one. No, sorry, I mean, sorry, not Ajani. I mean, SMT's Aloba. But Thomas Vieira still out front, 1.3 seconds at the moment is his gap over SOP Nelio. So it looks like Thomas Vieira's got the ascendancy at this point in the race, but SOP Nelio's come back at him a little bit over the course of the last lap or so. He gained about 4 tenths on that previous lap, so SOP Nelio certainly not out of this one yet. Do not count him out of this race, because he's very much in contention for a win. These guys are well and truly gapping Ajani at this point, looking like these two are in a league of their own. Ajani's still got 4 tenths of a second back to Slow Wolf at this point. He's got a second further back to Ryan Ruby running in 5th place. He's got a further 4 seconds back to Emo Guy running in 6th place. Surprised me there, running in 7th place, having made that great evasive action on an SMT's Aloba, who lost it right in front of him, and he did an absolutely superb job. Really did surprise me to avoid a simply monumental accident there. But he's currently running in 7th place nonetheless. You've got Yellow Army there running in 8th place ahead of Cordero, who's running in 9th, just ahead of DDTKU. Raki there in 11th place at the moment, as these guys coming into that second chicane right now. A funny looking guy there in 12th place ahead of Crew Kip in 13th place, and SMT Aloba in the background of this running in P14 at the moment. But Thomas Vieira's got the gap at 1.4 seconds, and he looks to be in control of this race at the moment. The drama field opening a couple of laps to this race, almost 10 minutes into this second race of the evening. First race was dramatic. We've had more of the same in this second race so far. Gap at the front between these two, Thomas and Nelio, currently just over a second, so it looks like Nelio hasn't really gained too much over the course of this lap so far. Still about, I'd say that's probably still about 1.3, maybe even 1.5 now. Let's see. Yeah, 1.5 seconds between those two, so it went up a little bit over the course of the last part of that lap. You got Slow Wolf on the back of Ajani here, half a second between these two. Down the start finish straight, Slow Wolf's going to get that toe, he's going to get that closing speed as they come down towards the first corner. He's not really opting for the toe though. In fact, Ajani weaving around a little bit, not really a fan of the weaving, I've got to say. I fell victim to that on Thursday night in a GT3 League on Project Cars 2. The race leader was weaving all over the gaff on the last couple of laps, and it pretty much stopped me from taking the win. But at the moment it's Ajani still holding on for that final podium spot ahead of Slow Wolf. Slow Wolf though giving him some pressure, and Ryan not too far off the back of these guys, will be there to pounce if these two trip over each other. You can absolutely bet on that. DDTKU running in 10th place, is only a 7 tenths of a second behind Cordero, but it looks like Cordero's gapped him a little bit over the course of this first sector here. Raki running 11th place, dropping off the back of these guys ever so slightly here after his 3rd place finish in the first race. Seems to have settled down a bit for this second one, but Slow Wolf running in 4th place, still on the back of Ajani here. These guys banding out over the final podium spot. Gap at the front between Thomas and Nelio, staying at around the same, still 1.4. Neither of these two making too many mistakes at this still relatively early stage in the race. My guy confirming to us there that he's in the Bentley. Yep, it took me a while to figure out what car you were in because I couldn't figure out which one was actually like the now version of you, if that makes sense. Like each and every version of you that had entered the server and actually entered the event over the course of tonight was listed on that list, so I wasn't 100% sure which one was the one that was actually starting the race, if that makes sense. But Emo guy did eventually settle for the Bentley. I thought he'd settled for the Nissan GTR, but he did go for the Bentley. But here we are anyway. Nearly 12 minutes into this race here for the second race of the evening for the GT3 Sprint Cup at Motive, and it's currently Thomas Vieira showing the way, currently doing the business. 1.7 of a gap here over SOP Nelio at this point. He in turn has got a 9-second gap back to Ajani running in 3rd place. Slow Wolf has dropped behind Ryan here, so Ryan's in 4th now, and Slow Wolf there losing out down to P5, so I didn't see what happened there to Slow Wolf, but Ryan's managed to get ahead of him there up into 4th place. Emo guy not too far behind these guys. That surprised me in the background of this. You've got Yellow Army just coming through the shot out of the Curva Grande. There's Quideo, there's Didi. A couple of seconds further back to Raki running in 11th place. Here's the race 1 winner. A funny looking guy, not had the race so far. He's been involved in too many spills over the course of this one. He's running in 12th place at this point. SMT's it over, still running in P13. Spills over the course of this one. Double checking we hadn't got music on there, because I've done that a few times. I've left the music on during the race, and I do try and multitask. I can't actually do it, but I do try, and I really genuinely can't do it. I sometimes push myself and it causes me to have a meltdown sometimes. Eventually I've got to have that meltdown, because it's like when I'm pushing myself so hard to do something that I can't actually really do, then I have to I have to let it out at some point. But yeah, see Thomas Vieira nonetheless anyway, about to start lap 8 of the race. He's currently got a reasonable gap at the moment over SOP Nelio. We see Nelio there coming over 8 seconds behind, so in fact Nelio's lost out a bit here. Didn't see what happened to Nelio, but he clearly must have had some kind of issue on that lap, because he's now 8 seconds behind Thomas Vieira. So that's gone horribly wrong there for SOP Nelio on that particular run. We see Ajani there in 3rd place, 4 seconds off at the back of Nelio there. You've got Ryan Ruby running in 4th place, just ahead of Slow Wolf at the moment. Emo guy's closing in on these guys by quite a bit. You see him there running in 6th place. He's got 1.7 now to these. You've got Surprise Me there in 7th, ahead of Yellow Army in 8th place, ahead of Quideo in P9. Didi there running in the final top 10 spot at the moment. There's Raki, a funny looking guy. SMT Zaloba and Crew Kip still going round at the back, and he's closing on the back of SMT Zaloba, and he's closing on the back of the rest of them as well. We've got Matilda Vieira saying, "Go Thomas." Matilda, I assume that's got to be the, I can't see the photo, but it's got to be an associate of Thomas Vieira, the race leader at the moment. Well, Matilda, currently Thomas doing an absolutely fantastic job here out at the front. He's just bossed it since the beginning of this one. Had a chance to win in the first race, was doing a good job, was in the battle for the lead, but ultimately got caught up in a bit of an incident into turn 1. But so far in this one has not put a foot wrong. Qualified in 2nd alongside SOP Nelio on the front row. SOP Nelio has made a couple of mistakes over the course of this race, which has dropped him off at the back of him ever so slightly. But what a great performance so far from Thomas Vieira. Half distance here in this second race of the evening on his debut night here at Motive. Absolutely superb job so far from Thomas. Nelio there running in 2nd place. We've got 4 seconds further back to Ajani. Ajani's not falling further back off of him at the moment, so the gap's kind of staying at 4 seconds between 2nd and 3rd. Ryan's also keeping the gap to him, but also Slow Wolf got running outside of no. Slow Wolf is ahead of Ryan, and Ryan's going to lose out to Emo Guy. In fact, he has lost out to Emo Guy. Emo Guy is now in 5th place. incredible scenes here. Emo guy getting himself up into P5. 3 tenths between these two as Ryan's now trying to come back in him here in the slipstream, looking to the outside. Now Emo guy's going to cut back to the racing line. Into the braking zone they come. And for the time being, Emo guy can't... Ryan can't come back at Emo guy there. So Emo guy getting that done. And Emo guy in this race, to be fair, he's only 4 seconds off of a podium, running in P5. Had a slow start to this race, but driving in the Bentley, we know he's quick in the Bentley, and he's doing an absolutely superb job right now, running in that 5th place here in this race. What can he get done here? Can he close off on the leaders and get himself into the top 3 before the end of this race? As we said before, just about half of the race left. We're just over halfway through this one. Flash the lights there from Ryan, trying to play mind games here with Ian. We know these two are friends. They're teammates in the GT4s on Wednesday. And these two do sit in party chats together as well. And there we go, Ryan there being cheeky. I tell you what, less of that, please, mate, if we can. It's all well and good doing it, once or twice, but excessively, I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I do. No, it's all good. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. It is all fun and games. But right now, anyway, Emo guy still holding on to that P5 for the time being. Just under 2 tenths of a second separating them. Come on, mate. Sort it out. Bloody hell, it's like Blackpool Illuminations. As we see him now looking down the inside into Parabolica, but Emo guy keeping onto that one for now. As these guys just under 2 seconds behind Slow Wolf. Slow Wolf is trying to gap these whilst they battle it out, whilst they focus on each other. It's allowing him to just get that little jump start on these. But we see now Ryan's got the slipstream. He's going to pull out to the left hand side here of your screen. Emo guy powerless to do anything about it on the inside now. We see Ryan here is going to get this done. I think he's going to have that grunt, but the Bentley coming back at it, coming in towards the braking zone here. Emo guy's back around the inside there, braking a little bit later, goes a bit deep into the corner. Ryan's going to try and get the cut back if he can, but Emo guy does get that stopped, and brilliantly done there from Emo guy. Ryan though with a better exit out of the corner will get the run through the Cava Grande. Will his change of direction coming through the corner has slightly just stopped his momentum here. It looks like Emo guy now has maybe got that upper hand here, coming down towards the Della Rocha chicane. Parks his car on the inside of the corner, leaves the car's width on the outside there, squeezes Ryan with nothing to do, nowhere to go, and no way around Emo guy for now then, as these two have a great little scrap here. Lap 10 of the race here for the second race of the evening. Great to see the Run DJC boys giving it a real good go. And at this point, Emo guy still clinging on here in his battle for 5th place. Oh no, and Ryan's lost it. Oh, he's squirrely. Oh no. And once again surprised me. Must be wondering what he's done wrong to have to deal with all of these drivers getting it wrong out of Lesmo 2. He's had to survive 2 very near misses over the course of this race, but he manages to survive that one unscathed. My oh my, he must be wondering what he's got to do here. So Emo guy now running all by himself in P5. I reckon if I was Emo guy running, I'd be gutted, because that was a great battle there between those two, and these two do have a little bit of a banter between them. There's definitely some teammate rivalries going on between those two, but nonetheless, Ryan down to P10 with that little bit of a spin coming out of Lesmo 2, and he's now got work to do if he's to bring himself back into this race. So as we see, Slow Wolf is now on the back of Ajani here, and can he get this done down into turn 1? Ajani on the outside there, breaks a little bit later. Slow Wolf there, poised though, but for the time being, Ajani weathers that storm. Emo guy closing on these guys a little bit now in P5. Can he go after the podium spots? Emo guy, we said before he got into that battle with Ryan, he might be in with a chance of getting into the top 3. He's currently not in too bad of a position right now. Thomas Vieira, in the meantime, the race leader. We've barely spoken about him in the last few minutes. He's just been doing his own thing. Oh, what should we say that? A big slide there. My goodness. Just as we jump onto him, my God, he did really well there to keep onto that. That was a major moment as he came through Lesmo 1. He seems to have got it back together again. That was a major... what's happening? Oh no, he's not disconnecting, is he? Is it me? Is it me or is it him? Oh no, is Thomas disconnecting? No way. No, please say no. Oh no. Oh no, you've got to feel for him. You've really got to feel for him there. Oh, I'm invested in this guy now. On his debut at Motive. What a performance from Thomas Vieira. And he is just disconnected. 20 minutes into the race. We've got 10 minutes left to go, and Thomas Vieira's out of the race. What a shame. Oh, your heart goes out to him. It really does. It really does. He was 10 minutes away from taking a win, and what a night he's had in terms of performance. He's just been unlucky. He got caught up in an incident which gave him damage in the first race. This second race he's disconnected from the session. Oh, I can't believe that. Just as we were watching him as well. So that's giving SOP Pinello the lead here. And he's now in cruise control here in this one. He's got 8 seconds back to Slow Wolf here in this race, and he just needs to bring this one round. But I feel so incredibly sorry there for Thomas Vieira. What a massive shame there for him. I'm looking forward to seeing him race again, because he's a hell of a gutsy racer, and he's a really quick lad as well. Hopefully we'll see Thomas taking his first win at some point in the not too distant future, but that, your heart really does go out for him there. That was brutal. That's promoted Slow Wolf up into 3rd place, and in fact Emo Guy is now in the battle for 2nd place here. He's pulled up onto the back of these two. It would have been the battle for 3rd, but now he's very much in this battle for 2nd here, as he's now looking around the outside, and Slow Wolf there getting a little bit slow there on the exit of Nesmo 1, and Emo Guy around the outside, and now onto the back of a Johnny here. Emo Guy looking very racy here. 8 minutes left on the clock, and he's currently looking to try and get himself into 2nd place if he can. What a drive it's been from Emo Guy in this race. He's looking to the outside here of a Johnny. He'll be wanting to get himself ahead here of a Johnny as soon as he can. Who knows, if anything would happen to SOP Pinello, it's unlikely, but if anything did happen to SOP Pinello, if he made a mistake or something, then Ian could even be on for a win here. It's unlikely, as I said. But he's on the back of a Johnny right now, looking down the inside. Then Johnny just covers that off towards the middle of the track. Emo Guy looking around the outside here into the Parabolica, nothing doing. Can't make anything happen here. A Johnny wide there, very wide coming out of Parabolica. Emo Guy side by side with him down the start finish straight here. And Emo Guy looking to complete this move here up into 2nd place. Can a Johnny come back at him round the outside into the first chicane? No, I think Emo Guy's going to complete that one. Yep, nicely done there. Emo Guy up into 2nd place. Great drive from Ian in this race. Always a pleasure to watch Ian. He's one of the more aggressive but gutsy racers here at Motive. He's always clean as a whistle. I mean, he does make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, but ultimately he is very, very clean driver, and he's also one of the more exciting ones to watch. He's got himself into 2nd place here. He's 11 seconds behind the leader, SOP Nelio. Oh, he goes a little bit deep into the first part of the De La Rocha chicane though. That might allow a Johnny to come back at him coming into Lesmo 1. He has a little look, but Emo Guy holding on to that one for now then. But close call there for Ian as he got onto the power out of the corner. But for the time being, he looks like he's got 2nd place licked here in this one. But Johnny, if he's not careful, might lose out on the podium spots here, because Slow Wolf is coming. Just side by side here down towards Ascari, and in fact I think this might be a Johnny down the inside. No, yes, no, a Johnny around the outside, sorry, up into P3 there. Well, he held on to that position because Slow Wolf was coming at him, but Johnny there still running in P3 at the moment. Surprised me though, look at this, surprised me. He's come from pretty much nowhere in this race. P5 at the moment, really starting to gain on these guys. Could surprise me being for a 3rd place finish. Got to apologise to surprise me because I wasn't able to commentate and stream his race win, his double win last week at Paul Ricard. But he's had a good showing here tonight. He's currently very much in contention here for a podium finish. As we can see in the foreground there, you've got Slow Wolf looking to the inside of a Johnny. But at the moment, a Johnny keeping on to that 3rd position here. noticing on the timing board, it looks as though Cordero's made a mistake. He's now dropped well off the back of Yellow Army. It looked like Didi and Yellow Army and Cordero were in a battle there. We weren't able to see it because we were watching Johnny, Slow Wolf, Emo Guy, surprised me, all of those guys going at it. But Didi's now up into 7th place. And looks as though Rocky's got through. Ryan there down in 9th place, obviously with his mistake earlier on. But Cordero now down to 12th place, and Yellow Army also seems to have been involved in a collision. So I don't know if Didi managed to get through Yellow Army and Cordero. Maybe had a bit of a ding dong. SMT Zaloba has managed to get ahead of Yellow Army up into 10th place though. The timing board hasn't yet updated on that one, but he is unmistakably ahead of him there. Slow Wolf continuing to pressure the back of Ajani, but Surprise Me is now all over these guys. As we've got 3 laps left to go here in this race. Seb in the comments, yep, sorry mate, doing my job for me. If you were in the commentary box with me, then it would be alright. But unfortunately, riding solo here tonight. But right now, these guys having a great scrap here. Ajani and Slow Wolf, Surprise Me waiting in the wings, hoping to pounce if he can. Down the start finish straight they come. You can see there Slow Wolf looking down the inside here, thinking of making a move here on the brakes. At the moment though, Ajani's going to keep that around the outside, and look at this, Surprise Me, it's going to mug Slow Wolf here. What's Slow Wolf doing? Oh no! As we see there, Surprise Me gets tagged on the back by Slow Wolf. Slow Wolf there was going at a snail's pace going into turn 1, and Surprise Me tried to go around the outside, and Slow Wolf just clipped him there on the rear. That's pretty much giving Ajani a walkover here in this podium spot. But what a shame there. Surprise Me was hunting him down. He's just got tagged in the back a little bit there, and he's not happy. Slow Wolf is apologising. I think that was apologetic flash there to Surprise Me. Surprise Me there, running just in front of him, but I can't imagine that Surprise Me is going to be happy with that. But an apology there from Slow Wolf nonetheless in terms of the flash. Seb says, what the fuck, what did he do? I don't know mate, it just looked like he slowed down. I guess you could say his deceleration was pretty slow. It was unpredictable and unexpected, I've got to say, yeah. Surprised Me, certainly got surprised by Slow Wolf there coming into turn 1. I don't think he was expecting that one, let's say that for sure. But we got SOP Benelio right now 13 seconds out the front ahead of Emo Guy. 2 laps left to go here in this race. SOP Nelio has been in control of this one pretty much since the disconnection of Thomas Vieri. Thomas Vieira saying in the comments, I'm not happy, but at least I showed my potential and I represented my team how they deserve. Who's your team, Thomas? It doesn't actually. Oh, is it ERS? I think it was ERS, isn't it? Your team. I've seen a couple of ERS races here at Motive. I can't remember who it was, but I've seen a couple of them. But in the past, I think we had a couple in the Porsche Super Cup a while back. But nonetheless, anyway, we've got SOP Nello still leading this race. He's got a big gap back to Emo Guy. Emo Guy's gap to Johnny by a couple of seconds now, looking pretty set in that second place. Surprised Me still close with Slow Wolf at the moment. And a funny looking guy has now been dragged into this battle here. So with a funny looking guy just being consistent, he obviously had that slow start to the race, but he was the race 1 winner. And we know he's got the pace here around Monza. Could he be in with a shout of getting 4th place here? He's now very close onto the back of Surprise Me and Slow Wolf. This could be race on. Also, Raki has managed to get ahead of Didi here up into 7th, but Didi's going to try and come back at him here. They're going to be side by side coming down to Rosa Della Rocha chicane. Can Didi get this done on the brakes? Back on Raki. No, Raki a little bit later there as he's coming into the braking zone. Is he going to overshoot it? Oh, he gets it stopped in time there. Nicely done from Raki, and he's completed that move up into P7 there. In the meantime, Surprised Me and Slow Wolf still fighting this out over 4th place, 6/10 between them. A funny looking guy continuing to make the gains here, and it surprised me, it looked like he got a little bit out of shape there coming out of Lesmo 2. That will give Slow Wolf a better run, as that was a hiccup, but I don't think he's going to be able to get this done coming down to Ascari. He hasn't really got enough momentum, as that was another hiccup because I tried to soldier on through the first one. But at the moment, these two still going at it here for 3rd place. SOP Nelio on the final lap of the race here. He's done everything right, really. Didn't have the pace of Thomas Vieira in the first part of the lap, but to be fair to him, he was right place at the right time, 2nd place in the race at the time. And Thomas Vieira, so unfortunately having this disconnection when looking like he was in cruise control and on for a certain victory. Let's go back to this battle here. Surprise Me and Slow Wolf 3/10 apart. Raki and Didi also very close, 3/10 of a second between them, but Raki looks like he's pulled out a bit from Didi over the course of this lap. Surprise Me and Slow Wolf are going to battle this one out to the flag though, down towards the first chicane for the 17th time here in this race. In the background, it's a funny looking guy's dropped a little bit of time to these guys over the last lap or so, so I think he might be a little bit late in his charge here for a 4th place. He might have to settle for 6th here, but Surprise Me and Slow Wolf 3/10 of a second separated them over the line. Coming through the Curva Grande for the final time, down towards De La Roche chicane. Slow Wolf still a little bit too far back at the moment. Where's the race leader though? SOP Nedo, he's coming under the old circuit at the moment, so he's just coming into Ascari. We'll cut to him in a few seconds time. Surprise Me though, holding on ahead of Slow Wolf, and he looks like he's gained a little bit over the course of this first sector here. I think Surprise Me has done just about enough here to take this 4th place, barring any major catastrophes in the final half a lap of this race. He should be home and hosed as long as he gets a good run out of here. This is the last real tricky part of the lap. I think he's pretty much there. A funny looking guy, very wide there in the background. But SOP Nedio here coming through the Parabolica for the final time. Was running in 2nd place when the disconnection of Thomas Vieira occurred, but he was in the right place at the right time, and Nelio is going to take the win here at Monza. A comfortable margin in the end, 14 seconds over Imogai. He takes the checker flag, and SOP Nelio takes the 2nd race of the evening. Great job, great drive in the number 21 Ferrari. Well done to Nelio here. Imogai, really well done. Slow start to the race, but he comes over to take a 2nd place finish in the Bentley. Well done, Ian. Great drive, kept it in it right until the end, gritted his teeth and got on with it. 2nd place. Ajani completes the podium with a great drive there from him. Surprise Me and Slow Wolf are going to battle this out to the flag, but I think Surprise Me has done enough here to take 4th place ahead of Slow Wolf, who comes over in 5th. A funny looking guy, the race winner from the first race, takes 6th place here in this one. Raki, after a difficult start, takes 7th place here, some good points, and he obviously was the 3rd place finisher in the first race. Drove a great race in the first race and a solid result in this 2nd one. Didi takes 8th ahead of Ryan in 9th place. SMT Zaloba comes over to take a P10 here in this one, so some good points there for him. Yellow Army is coming into the Parabolica, and it's going to be an 11th place finish here for Yellow Army in the number 11 Ferrari. Here he comes out of the last corner. Oh, as he absolutely wallops the speed bump there. Caught that sideways. I'll tell you what, if anyone remembers that F2 crash that happened at Monza a couple of years ago, can't actually remember what the driver, but it was in that spot, and it didn't even need that speed bump there to be catapulted into the air. So God knows what would have happened if he had hit that. But Yellow Army nonetheless 11th place, Cordero 12th, Thomas Vieira classified in 13th place after his disconnection there. Such a shame. Crew Kip 14th place, classified but retired a long way out, didn't even get halfway into the race. Hey, first podium, says Ajani. Well done, mate. Absolutely great job here tonight. You saw off the challenge of the other two due to their, well, they had the incident, but nonetheless, you did a fantastic job here tonight. Congratulations, Ajani. Thanks, Andy. Great racing, great commentating. Thank you, Raki. Appreciate that as always. Thanks for coming, as always. Obviously, we didn't have Raki in the comments tonight because he was racing, but you know, I'd much rather he enjoys himself out on the track, as obviously much more fun to be racing than to be commenting. But big thank you to everybody who joined us in the comments tonight. A big shout out to every single one of you here, to Raki, Ajani, Seb. Well, big welcome back also to Sebi, because he did commentate on us on the Project Cars 2 leagues back when we started here at Motive. He's a Motive OG here. Big shout out to you, mate. Thanks for keeping me company in the comments over the course of tonight. Thomas, Matilda, Ian, Ryan, Raki we already mentioned, Scooter, Paul as well, JR in the early stages of the stream. Big thank you to all you guys for commenting. Drop a like on the video, guys, if you like what you see. We will see you in the next one. Join us tomorrow night for the GT3 Championship. We will be live at 6 PM GMT at Zandvoort for that one. In terms of the British it's not the British GT anymore, it's just a GT3 Sprint Cup this is. But we'll be live next Saturday, same time, same place, before the mid-season break. So make sure you tune in for that, guys. But from all of us here at Motive, we thank you very much for joining us. We will see you very, very soon. Thanks, everybody, and catch you all in a bit. Bye.